Hello guys, good day. Once again, you're welcome to my class. In this video, I'm going to take you through how to draw support and resistance and then trend lines on your chart. Support and resistance and trend line on your chart. Alright, so this is Euro USD market or Euro USD chart, and we are going to use the daily time frame. Okay, so this was an analysis I did with my class. I would want to delete all the charts so we can start over again. For those of you who were not able to join my class, this will be an opportunity to learn how to draw support and resistance. We'll also look at why support and resistance is very necessary in trading. We also talked about demand and supply zones, but for this particular lesson we are actually going to learn how to draw support and resistance lines, and we'll look at the meaning of support and resistance lines. Now, what does it mean to say support and resistance? Now, support and resistance lines are areas or key areas on the chart where price got to and reversed. Okay, they are key areas on the chart where price got to and then reversed. So we want to look at how to spot these areas on the chart. Okay, so this is the Euro USD, like I said, and this is the daily time frame. We want to use a higher time frame to do this analysis. Okay, so first of all, you need to know if the market is trending. If it is trending, is it a downtrend or an uptrend? And if it is ranging. In all these cases, there are ways that you need to draw your support and resistance lines, but in this video we are going to look at how to do it when the market is trending, either from the either in a downtrend or an uptrend. So we want to consider a downtrend first, then we'll move on to the uptrend. Okay, so if you look critically at this chart, you realize that market was in a downtrend. Okay, market was in a downtrend. All right, so let's look at this. Sorry, let's go back to our charts. All right, so let me take this two. Okay, the horizontal two. All right, so I said support and resistance are key areas on the chart where price got to and reversed. So if you look at critically at this chart, you realize that price got to this point. Okay, price got to this point and then reversed downwards. So this was the high and then a low. So you draw the resistance is the point where price got to and reversed, and then you draw your support. The support is also the key area where price dropped to and then reversed. Okay, so you realize that these are two key areas. Market moved from the up, or price moved from the top to this bottom, this low. Okay, and then reversed again, went back to hit the resistance and then dropped. Okay, it gathered momentum, or it gathered strength, and then it was able to break the support. Now you need to bear in mind, whenever price breaks a support, that support tends to be a resistance. So once price has moved from this area and has been able to break this support to this bottom, okay, this support will now act as a resistance. Now the reason is that when price is going up again, it will go and hit this resistance and then will drop again. Okay, so what you do next is you look at where price got to, the low price got to again before it reversed. So this was it. This price got to this low. Price got to this low. Let's draw it well. Price got to this low. Good, and then reversed, went to hit the resistance which was previously support. Okay, so you realize that once price went to hit that resistance, it was able to gather strength to break once again this support. So once again, you look at the next low price formed. That's the key area where price got to before it reversed to the upside again. Then you put another line there, which will serve as a what? You put another line there which will serve as a support, because that is where price was able to come. Sorry, let's draw it well. Put it at the lowest low. Yeah, my mouse is actually giving me headache. All right, so we've gotten it right. Okay, so price came this low and then went back again to hit the resistance and then came back to the support. It wasn't able to break it, went back a little to get a strength or momentum, and this time around it came all the way to break it down. So it formed a new lower low. We put our support line there because that is where price got to, and then it reversed up. Now when price was going up, it got to the resistance. Okay, it got to the resistance and it was not able to break the resistance, therefore it has to what, come down once again. So it came to this bottom low here. Okay, it came to this bottom low here and then went back to the resistance, came back a little and was able to break the resistance. Now once price breaks a resistance, it means that there has been a change in market structure or a change in character. It means that price is now going to go up. Okay, so we're going to end our analysis at this bottom. That's our downtrend at this bottom, and then we focus on what to do next. So you realize that price was able to respect this resistance as support lines. Price was respecting it very nicely. Okay, very nicely. Price was respecting it very nicely. So that is how to draw the support and resistance lines. So if the market is in an uptrend also, you follow the same principle. Okay, you put your support, you put your resistance. When price breaks the resistance will now act as a support. When price come back to the support, it will surely go up. So this is how to draw your support and resistance. And then once again, if you want to trade, you only sell when the market is in a downtrend. Okay, so you wait for price to break your resistance, or sorry, you wait for price to break your support here. When price forms a new lower low, as it retraces to the resistance, you sell from this end and you can take profit here. Okay, then you wait for price to break it, form a new lower low, come back for a retest, you sell from here, take your profit. You wait for price to break the support, form a new low. In that order, that is how to trade a downtrend market. Okay, that is how to trade a downtrend market. So you realize that this has been nicely drawn. Okay, now the next I want to talk about is what? Trend lines. Trend lines are diagonal support and resistance lines that we can also draw on the chart. Okay, yes, they are also support and resistance line, but this time around they are diagonal. So what you do is that you pick the diagonal, you pick the trend line 2. This is the trend line 2. When you click on this arrow here, you would definitely see all the 2s here. Okay, so you pick the trend line. This is my trend line. You pick these 2. Okay, then what you do is that you look at the highest high. Okay, you draw from the highest high and then you make sure, okay, so you make sure the price touches all the higher highs on the chart. Okay, you make sure it touches a lot of the highs on the chart. Okay, so let's bring it down. Good. Now you realize that I think we can draw it to be nicer a little. Let me put this thing here, we extend it a little. Good. Now you realize that when you are drawing your diagonal trend line, or when you are drawing your trend line, make sure your trend line touches the higher highs. Okay, make sure it touches the higher highs. Good. Make sure, I think let me draw this thing well. Make sure it touches the higher highs. Good. So you realize that whenever price come close to this diagonal resistance line, it drops. Okay, it comes back to the diagonal line, it drops, come back, it drops, in that order. So you can also use this, that whenever price come to the, you can also use this as a confluence. Now confluence add up to your trade confirmations. Okay, now we can add a diagonal support. Okay, you make sure price touches the lower lows. My mouse is actually giving me troubles, so pardon me. We will definitely draw it well. Wow, my mouse is giving me headache. Let's make sure we do this thing. Let me delete it and then we draw it once again. All right, so let's come back. You pick your trend line tool, you make sure you draw it from the lower low. Okay, you make sure price or this thing is giving me, let's do it once again. You make sure you draw it to touch the lower lows. Where is the trend line? Okay, so you pick it, you extend it down. All right, then let's draw it well. Let's draw it well. Good. So you realize this thing should be drawn well. Can we draw this thing well? Just giving me headache. Okay, the mouse is giving me headache. All right. Okay, I think this is okay. Yeah, let's just maintain this because the mouse is giving me headache. All right, so once you see that when you draw the diagonal support line, whenever price comes to the support, it goes up, comes to the support, goes up, comes to the support, goes up. So you can draw this trend line, okay, to actually assist you or help you to be able to what, confirm the trades that you are taking. Okay, so that is how to draw your support and resistance lines and then trend lines. You can apply the same principle to an uptrend market. You only have to identify your lower lows and then higher highs, your lower lows and lower highs, lower lows and lower high, lower lows, lower high. Okay, and then in an uptrend market you only identify your higher highs and higher lows. You should be able to know, you should know these principles by now. Okay, so thank you so much for your time watching how to draw support and resistance lines and trend lines. In my next video I'm going to talk about how to draw demand and supply zones. You realize that sometimes price doesn't touch your resistance exactly as you expect it. At a certain point it will not get close to your support and resistance line, but it will not get to exactly where you were expecting it, but sometimes it can come close to the zone. Okay, it can come close to the zone. In this case, when it comes close to your line and it doesn't touch the line, it doesn't mean price did not get to your resistance or your support. We have zones. A zone is an area around which price would retrace. So it is not all the time that it will get to your resistance lines and support line, but when you actually draw the zones, price will get into the zone and then what, reacts. So in our next lesson we'll look at demand and supply zones, key areas on the chart where price gets to and what reacts, or price get to and then reverse. Thank you so much. I would want you to like this video, subscribe, and then turn on the notification bell so that you get all updates that I share here on my channel. Thank you for your time, and I hope to see you in my next video.